Your mindset is important because your thoughts lead to your feelings and your feelings lead you into action. Therefore, we must concentrate and focus on things that we desire to pursue or obtain. And as we do this, we will develop feelings of inspiration, hope, and confidence, which will cause us to put forth the necessary actions needed to attain our goals and satisfy those desires. Not having the proper mindset adversely affects our motivation and our passion and our work ethic. And like exercising, our physical body builds muscle and improves strength and gives us a greater sense of well-being, so too does exercising our mindset muscles through cultivating positivity through our thoughts and our feelings. There are lots of different exercises and methods to alter and improve our mindset, and each module will present you with an opportunity to look inwards, learn new skills, and gain a new perspective over things that may have been keeping you stuck for a long time. Mindset work isn't meant to be difficult or unobtainable. It's supposed to be accessible and safe. So whilst you may associate it with something intangible and unscientific, you're going to find out through the course that this is for absolutely anyone and everyone and can provide that extra layer of armour we all need when things start to get really tough in life. So, when it comes to habits, intentions and rituals, we can see how the right mindset plays a huge role in the success of any changes you make to life, since it can be all too tempting to fall back into old patterns, even though we desperately want changes we're working towards to succeed. You'll remember from the education module that there were 4 stages to creating a habit. So the cue triggers a craving, which motivates a response, which provides a reward, which satisfies the craving, and ultimately becomes associated with the cue. Now together, these 4 steps form a neurological feedback loop. Cue, craving, response, reward. Cue, craving, response, reward. And that ultimately allows you to create automatic habits. And we can split these 4 steps into 2 phases, and there's the problem phase and the solution phase. And the problem phase includes the cue and the craving, and it's when you realise that something needs to change. The solution phase includes the response and the reward, and this is when you take action and achieve the change you desire. And it is the mindset that links these 2 phases. All behaviour is driven by the desire to solve a problem, and sometimes the problem is that you notice something good and you want to obtain it, and sometimes the problem is that you're experiencing pain and you want to relieve it. Either way, the purpose of every habit is to solve the problems that you face. So let's have a look at a few examples of what this kind of looks like in real life. So the cue might be that your phone is buzzing because there's a new text message, and the craving is that you want to learn what the contents of the message say, and so the response is to grab your phone and read the text message, and then the reward is that you've satisfied the craving to read the message, and now picking up your phone becomes associated with your phone buzzing. Okay, and here's another one. So the cue is that you hit a stumbling block on a project at work. So the craving is that you feel stuck and you want to relieve your frustration, and so your response is to pull out your phone and check social media, and the reward is that you've satisfied your craving and you now feel relieved. But checking social media has become associated with feeling stalled at work. Now, this 4-step process is not something that happens occasionally, but it's rather like an endless feedback loop that's running, and it's active during every moment you're alive, even now. And the brain is continually scanning the environment and predicting what will happen next, trying out different responses and learning from the results. And the entire process is completed in a split second, and we use it again and again without even realising everything that has been packed into the previous moment. Imagine walking into a dark room and flipping on the light switch. You've performed this simple habit so many times that it occurs to you without thinking. You proceed through all 4 stages in that fraction of a second, and the urge to act strikes you without even thinking about it. And by the time we become adults, we rarely notice the habits that are running our lives. Most of us never give a second thought to the fact that we tie the same shoe first each morning, or that we unplug the toaster after each use, or that we always change into our comfortable clothes when we get back from work. After decades of mental programming, we automatically slip into these patterns of thinking and acting, and it's only when we want to form new habits that we realise just how ingrained some of those old ones are. So in order to create those new habits that are embedded with our intention to heal from what we've been through, we can use these 4 stages of habitual behaviour to guarantee our own success. We can transform these 4 steps into a practical framework that we can use to design good, healthy habits and eliminate bad ones. Now, this is a framework called the 4 Laws of Behaviour Change, and it provides a simple set of rules for creating good habits and breaking bad ones. You can think of each law as a lever that influences human behaviours, and when all the levers are in the right position, it creates good habits and it feels effortless, and when they're in the wrong position, it feels nearly impossible to make any changes. So the law that we associate with the cue is to make it obvious. Then the law for the craving is to make it attractive. The response, make it easy, and for the reward, make it satisfying. And you can actually flip these laws to learn how to break a bad habit. So if we've got a bad habit, what we need to do with the cue is to make it invisible. We need to make the craving unattractive. We need to make the response very difficult, and we need to make the reward unsatisfying. So whenever you want to change your behaviour, you can simply ask yourself, number 1, how can I make it obvious? Number 2, how can I make it attractive? Number 3, how can I make it easy? And number 4, how can I make it satisfying? And once you've identified whatever it is that you want to cultivate as a new habit, you can use these questions to ensure that when it comes to embedding it into your everyday routine, it happens so quickly and so naturally that you'll forget a time when you didn't live this way. One thing I will say is that these don't have to be active habits either. This can be a habit to think about things in a more positive way or practice more self-compassion towards your thoughts. Actively spend time each day reframing negative thoughts, and soon the things that cued you to think negatively or in a self-deprecating way will become cues to think positively and with more self-love. And that brings us to the end of this introductory module, and I hope you've enjoyed today's content and that you're as excited as I am for you to start working through the course. I just want to remind you that this is a journey, and this journey is about you, not your abuser. It's not about getting over them or making friends with them or the new partner so that you can all co-parent harmoniously. This is about coming home to you, educating yourself and empowering yourself so that you and your children and the people that love you get to know the authentic, self-assured, confident and happy you. You that has full control over your life and where you're going, and a quiet determination and an unshakable self-belief, and the you who knows that you are not alone. In order to be happy, you have to learn how to make peace with your past, love your present and be excited for your future. I shall see you very soon. Bye bye.